evening, everyone. Beautiful night to make a video up here in northwest Vermont. This past, Friday and Saturday, my wife took a trip to the southern end of Vermont. Her father's down there, and we go down to visit him when we can. It's a long drive. It's the side of the state with no interstate. Vermont's a small state, but it takes longer to cross it than some of the bigger states because they have interstates that go. We have one, we actually have two. One kind of runs down at an angle and connects up with the other one that runs up the other side of the interstate. Our side is the Bennington, Vermont. It's closer to the New York border, and it's about a 3.5, 4-hour drive from here, and it's all secondary roads. About 90% of it's secondary roads. And it's just a long drive. You know, the size of our bladders and all, and whole 9 yards. So we go down one day, spend the night, drive back the next. Get a hotel room, spend the night, and drive back the next. It makes it easier. Well, it was a good trip. If you follow me at all on Facebook, you'll see we had a little rain shower while we were down there. Kind of filled the Walmart parking lot up. But anyway, on the way back through after we visited with her father a while, Bennington has a super Walmart. The closest city I live to is St. Albans. We have a little Walmart. They don't have the grocery selection. They don't have the deli. They don't have the meat counter. They don't, they're a lot smaller. And but it's still a good store. I buy a lot of stuff there. Well, I was watching Carolina Chris, and actually he's the inspiration for both of these purchases. And he was eating boiled peanuts. We're going to get more to that. When I got home, I had a box. And I said, cool, when he was eating them. I never knew what to do with them. So when I was in Walmart, I knew they had them. And I bought a can of the green boiled peanuts. They're kind of a large can. And the hot and spicy boiled peanuts. Well, they're kind of a big can, and I didn't know if once you ate them, you had to eat them all up, or you put them in the fridge, and I still don't know that answer. Maybe somebody in the comments will say, nah, you can eat half the can, just leave them, they're fine the next day like a regular peanut. I don't know, seeing as they've been boiled, actually sounds like there could be liquid in there. But they're made right in South Carolina, or they're packaged, boiled, grown, and packaged right in South Carolina, and that's where Carolina Chris is. I'm going to post a link. This will probably be a 2-part video before I'm done. And I'm going to do a video eating these. I really am. And Chris, you know what's in the package, so it won't be a spoiler yet. And I'm so glad to get some. Now the other thing that I've watched Carolina Chris do and some others, and been just horribly nauseated by it. And I'll tell the story. It's grits. And I saw that package of grits. That actually was over at another grocery store. Another one we go to, Artie's. I think that's how, I probably pronounced it wrong. It's a great little store, great prices. They got a lot of stuff. They don't have boiled peanuts, but they had this package of grits. I looked at it and I said, well, it's been years since I've had to eat hot cereal, as we called it growing up. Cooked cereal, hot cereal. Oh man. My father believed everybody should eat the same way that he ate, and somewhat the same amounts. And every day for breakfast, he had either boiled eggs, poached eggs. I don't remember many fried eggs, because that would be too kind. Give somebody a nice fried egg with a nice golden brown. I don't remember that, but there were boiled eggs. I don't remember scrambled eggs, but I just remember boiled eggs with the shell still on them. You peeled them off, kind of cut them up. And as an adult, they put butter and salt and pepper on them. As a kid, you weren't a real salt fan or a pepper fan, so you kind of put a little butter on it, and it kind of dry. Just a boiled egg, you kind of choked it down for breakfast. And he had hot cereal. And they would buy Quaker Oats, red and blue can, Oh, it seemed to me it was about this big around, about that high, but I guess it wasn't. Oh, God. Every morning. Oatmeal. There you go. Eat your breakfast. Sugared milk, brown sugared milk. On Sundays, we had Maltex, which wasn't much better. And I said, they'd say, oh, when you're out on your own, you're going to eat that stuff. It's good for you. It's this, it's that. And I said, no way. And I'm telling you, since I left my parents' house at 19 years old, 18 or 19, my wife and I were married, and I moved out, I have never put a spoonful of cooked cereal in my mouth. But that's going to change. That is, it is. I'm going to give these a try. These aren't exactly like cooked cereal. They're corn. And I watched a lady on YouTube a little while ago explaining the difference between grits and cornmeal, that this is a lot finer ground, and I've watched Caroline and Chris make it. The one thing I did learn watching YouTube is this is quick. It cooks in 5 minutes. That's a big no-no in the South. You're not allowed to do that. You're supposed to cook your grits for 20 minutes in the hard way. But anyway, I'm going to give it a try, Chris. Because of you, I'm going to try this. At least being corn. If I can't stand it in like a hot cereal form, they'll make a great, great fish batter. Well, now, part 2 will be this wonderful opening, because if I try to do this all in one video, it'll be too long, and I know people don't want to watch 12, 13 minutes of Cabot Bluegill or Howard Webster rambling on. That 3 to 7 is about a good amount of time to listen to me. But anyway, we're going to try these boiled peanuts right off. And you know, if somebody's watching and they say, sure, you can eat half the can, throw the rest in the fridge, they're fine a week later, 2 days later, whatever. You know, I really am anxious to give it a go here. And the grits, like I said, maybe I'll make a video when I do the grits. I don't eat many eggs, but the sausage looked good. And it looks like they've got chives and pepper on them in the picture. And Chris, seems to me, he put shrimp and butter in with his, and that's a nicer turn than this old oatmeal used to have. Plop. Oh God, I mean, my father would. You ever see a fig? Does anybody know what a fig is? They're like the most disgusting. There's something that's dried, I think. I don't even know where they come from, but they're disgusting. They're kind of like, they're not like dried fruit. And they don't have any flavor. They're not like a fig Newton that they put good stuff in with it to make it taste good. He cut them up and put them on his oatmeal. Then he'd stir them in. Then he'd pour the milk on it. It looked just like somebody had, excuse me, had puked in a bit. And I said, don't you want a fig? Here, have some figs. And it's like, good God, no, I don't even want the oatmeal. But in my house, you couldn't say, I ain't eating that, because it just wasn't healthy to say that. I'm old enough, so your ass was meant for kicking, and if you were rude, that was a good way to get one. So you just sat there, and kind of the last 3-4 spoonfuls of that oatmeal and milk and sugar, you just kind of almost right back up, you know. And anyway, enough being disgusting about oatmeal. Probably people eat it on here and they're going to say, you're nuts, it's the greatest stuff there. My wife eats it. She'll say, oh, it's good, it's good. How can it be good? It's nothing but chicken feed mashed into a powder and eaten. That's all it is. It's all it is an oat. It's, you know, and you feed chickens oats. You plant them in the ground as a cover crop so you don't lose your clover and alfalfa. You don't eat that shit. Well, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for part 2, the grand opening.